YouTube, what's going on? Long time no see, no time. Whatever. Anyway, I'm going to explain to you guys in a sec. I got a couple of things I want to talk about. One is what happened in my office, aka man cave room. The other is what I plan on collecting now and my plans for future collectibles. And of course, the number one is Toys R Us's small so-called comeback. So I believe in November, which it was supposed to have been last year, where KB was supposed to have been making a comeback. And around Christmas of last year, around the holidays of last year, they were supposed to have to open up a couple of satellite, aka small locations, for their stores and whatnot. But they're gonna be doing it this holiday season coming up. So around November, I believe they're opening up. I'm pretty sure it might be more by then, but as of right now, it's 2 stores. I'm not sure if it's 2 and 1, meaning 3. I don't know if there's gonna be 2 stores in the city, New York, and 1 here in Jersey, or it may just be 2 right now. I do believe the name of the company is gonna be TRU Kids Brands, which is not far from not being accurate, due to the fact that they waited an extra year to come out. When that came out last year, they're doing it this year. And rumor has it that KB Toys was supposed to have been, taking over Toys R Us, which I don't understand how that was possible, being that they went out of business themselves. But whatever. So they just basically added abbreviation for TRU, meaning Toys R Us Kids Brand. Also, Kids Brand can also be abbreviation for KB. So it makes sense. I don't know if there's just going to be 2 locations, or if it's going to be 2 in New York and 1 in Jersey. Excuse me. I would say if they do one in New York, I'm pretty confident it would be in the city, Manhattan. That's my thoughts. If not, maybe Long Island or Queens, but I'm contemplating more in the city. And if they do one in Jersey, it will probably be at one of 3 malls I would think of that's kind of like up there as far as having real good sales and a lot of customers. I would either say Palisades, Mills. I think they call it Mills at Garden City or something like that, Garden State or something like that. Or maybe Livingston, because those are some pretty big malls, and they are North Jersey. Even though Livingston is it is North, but it's like it's hard to explain. But anyway, or just maybe it could be in Newark or Patterson or Elizabeth. Who the hell knows? Who knows where either of these locations is going to be. But they're also going to be followed up by an online experience too. I don't really know what that means, but I guess online will probably makes sense due to the fact that they can sell stuff to people worldwide, while they have stores people can go into as well. I just hope that their prices are a lot more better than it used to be. I think what really did it for them was the fact that they couldn't keep up with online prices. It got to the point where Toys R Us was actually a lot more expensive than Target, even Kmart. Last year, Kmart did great. I mean, Kmart's everywhere was selling Lego and different toys. They made a killing on that stuff. And then you have, of course, Walmart. Walmart prices are always a lot cheaper than almost everybody else's anyway. Even though they really have no toy section, they did very well. So, and of course, then you have damaged items and shoplifting. All that stuff plays a huge part in why a lot of companies go out of business, and due to the fact that, I don't really, that's all I'm going to speak on, because I don't really know what and how. That's just what I think. Okay, now moving on to the next thing is, I had a couple people who asked me about storage units and what they should do, what they should look for. Listen, experience is the best gain. If you want to look up stuff, you gotta, go to a couple of storage facilities. Just drive by one day, ask them a couple of questions, ask them about their auctions, and see if you can contact the auctioneer, because that auctioneer most likely will have other storage places. Hell, it might even be the same day or the day after you ask, somewhere else, or even maybe even at that same location. And just, of course, you want to take gloves, flashlight, and locks. Those are very important. If you can get a tax ID, even more important, due to the fact that you won't have to pay taxes on the storage units. You still gotta give Uncle Sam taxes though. But and of course experience. I would tell anybody, if you can afford it, try to buy rooms under $100. Depending on how big the unit is, that's another thing you have to study. How big is the unit? What's in the unit, what you can sell. If you want to do this to do eBay sales, I would definitely say stay away from it, unless you're willing to pay $1,000 to over $4,000 to $8,000 on what's in that unit. And can you recoup your money back and make a profit off that unit? Of course, if you do garage sales, keep in mind, you want to know what you can sell, who drive. Like for instance, my house. We bought this house for several reasons. One of them was the fact that garage sales, and I do storage auctions, and I sell at the flea market. I had to put stuff out like 2 or 3 weeks, almost a month, and I realized what sells here won't sell at the Meadowlands and Columbus too well, and what doesn't sell at the Meadowlands or Columbus too well sells great here. Like, I literally have a Home Depot about 8 blocks from me, maybe about 8-ish or so blocks from me. Walking distance about 20-25 minutes, because it takes anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes to get off each block. That's just time. By car, you're literally 5 minutes or less, depending on the lights and how much traffic's in front of you. But literally, it's on my straight up my block, like literally straight up. Right by the Wattsessing train station, which is Jersey Transit's train station, and up the block and down, up and down, and it's right there. So you get contractors drive up and down here all day. We got buses. It's a busy street, and normally when people see my signs, they stop, because I get like a lot of local people who always asking, but they don't see my signs, but they do see stuff out there and see garage sales. I would normally get a lot of people stopping, and I'll probably get about a good 50-60% of those who do stop buying something, who do buy stuff. So that's something you have to take in consideration. And of course, even if you're cool with some people, I mean, when you're new, people gonna act a certain way. Don't pay them no mind. Do not get angry and show them that that they mouth made you cash a check. You understand? By trying to prove to them that you have a bigger phallus by showing your wallet. The whole key is, if a room is not really for you, don't sit there and prove others wrong by saying, hey, I'm gonna show you I can buy this, and then you get stuck with a unit that you overpaid for just to prove a point. That's what I mean. So, think with your head, not with your emotions, and definitely not with your wallet. Because at the end of the day, let somebody else struggle to sell crap than for you to go out there and spend the money and bust your back doing it. Because now you got to take in consideration, depending on the size of the room, you have to you may have to rent a vehicle if you don't have a van or a truck. And even if you do have a van or a truck, depending on the size, it may still be a struggle. See, me, I have great deals with the company I deal with, so it doesn't really bother me that much. I'm not gonna say it doesn't bother me, but it doesn't bother me that much to rent a vehicle. But at least I know if I need a vehicle, it'll most likely always be there for me. May not be there on the day that I may need it, but I can stretch it and still get it and get a great deal on them. And so it's a lot when it comes to storage auctions. I can't really give you that much other than that, and you just have to learn the experience. I can't sit here and powder people's bottoms and tell them all the secrets and what to do. You gotta learn everything on your own. I could definitely tell you that a lot of facilities, you just gotta watch it, because I would say about 90% of the facilities I've ever went to, they all steal. I'll say it again. Almost every manager, every custodian, and they all know each other. They all down with it. And nowadays it's even worse. I used to tell people back in the day when they used to cut locks in front of you, they'd be like, "Oh nah, I don't think they go in the rooms. They cut the locks." I'd be like, "Are you stupid? What's to stop them from breaking a freaking lock, taking what they want out of the storage units, put stuff in other storage units, including that one, re-put a lock back on it, and then cut it in front of you?" Only people that know what was in that unit or what really belonged in that unit is the people that put it in there and the people that went in the unit. Now it's even easier, and now they have every excuse to go in units without getting in trouble or caught, because now almost everything, I would say about 85% of all storage facilities and storage units now are online. So, being that it's online, it's easier for them to take stuff, because all they gotta do is cut the lock, and they gotta go in the units to take pictures. So if they go in the units to take pictures, what's to stop them from seeing an iPad or a couple of bags and boxes here and decide, you know what, I know the person that can pay for the unit. Every now and again, a person will, and there may be issues. But what's to stop them from going through the units and taking what they want, then take the pictures? You see? And that happens a lot, because a lot of these storage facilities, again, 90% of the workers, including managers and DMs, are thieves. They go, they don't look at themselves as a thief, because they say, "Oh, well, the person abandoned the unit or they didn't pay for it, and now the company's selling it." You're stealing from the company that gives you a paycheck. And a lot of these units are some people, if they're big people, like people that got a lot of money and they've been doing this for a long time, they get to know a lot of these branch managers, facility managers, facility workers. They get each other's numbers, and you get money from this person on the side if you let them know what's really good in that unit. Sometimes they'll even call them and say, "Yo, come by and look at the unit." They'll open the unit up for them, even though they do have like those little ID tags. Don't mean shit. So sometimes before they put the tags and stuff on it, they'll ask the person, "Yo, come by," or they'll take pictures, and that person will write down the unit number and location. So normally, whenever you see like big dogs there, and you see them building a room, always bid them up. If you can't afford it, make them pay for it. Because if they're there for a reason. Because you have to ask yourself, why 90% of the time you go to storage facilities that they go to in 1 month, and out of all those times, you only see them at 2 facilities. 2 facilities out of, let's say, 28. Now they know what's in the unit, and they're bidding on a or a couple of certain units because they already know what's in it. It's cheating and it's screwed up, but that's how the business is ran now. And then you got a lot of facilities that they got people and friends they know who need TVs, or if you get TVs, toys, video games, let me know. So they'll go in there, take the shit out, tell the person what they got. The person to come by, pick up the stuff, and they'll take pictures and still sell the room. Another thing is, whenever you see puncture holes in garbage bags and boxes, you already know that that these facilities go through units. Because let me tell you something, I don't give a damn how much in a rush a person who owns a storage unit is. You are not going to punch or have puncture holes in all your garbage bags, and or finger puncture holes in boxes, and boxes are ripped a certain way, and clothes all over the place. Because it's common sense. You already think and know that you're not going to go through your unit and destroy it, knowing that you got to repack everything anyway. So that's a giveaway. That's common sense. You understand? And only people that will do that are people that are just rushing to go through stuff, to pick through shit to see if they find something. Other than that, unless a room is just totally destroyed and you got hoarders who just toss shit in there, but you can tell a difference. That's as far as I'm going to go with that. Other than that, you take it for what it is. For people out there who ask me those questions and others who want to know, now you know. Other than that, now moving on to this. I have taken off because for some reason the heat and the weight of the acrylic CGC books, I would definitely say stay away from 3M tape. I've been getting the big ones that each one strip holds 16 pounds. So if you get 2 of them, that's 32 pounds. But still in all, I guess because the climate the climate in my man cave, that causes some kind of chain reaction for either the walls to sweat, and we have multi-zone central air, so that still doesn't make sense. But I all my books have survived, but not all of my picture frames, and I've lost a couple of Lego minifigs and stuff like that, and picked up glass for weeks from stuff falling off the walls, because it's like what I think my ceilings are gotta be like 10. No. Yeah, probably about somewhere between 9 or so feet. I could be wrong. Because I'm what, 5? I don't know. Whatever. Who gives a shit? It's not 10 feet, though. But, yeah, so that's why I took everything off the walls. I've actually sold a couple of CGC books that aren't really going for shit on eBay, and I really don't need them. All the other books that I really, really like and are worth some money are the ones I kept. And on top of that, I have a Lego guy that I know, and I've been taking stuff to him. I've been getting rid of Legos basically 4 weeks in a row, and I've decided to just keep a lot of the minifigures for now. But my plan was to build and get enough Lego to sell them anyway. That was really the plan, because one thing about little stuff is accumulation is a bitch, because it's easier to accumulate too much and be too packed with little stuff than you can with bigger stuff like statues and hot toys, due to the fact that your room is limited when you got that stuff, but when you're dealing with pops and all this stuff, it's easy for that shit to sneak up on you. I've been into the pop game for about 3 weeks now, and I probably have well over 100 pops. Yes, you heard it right, pops. Pops is something that I always thought was cute, but being that I was really arrogant into my Sideshow, XM, and Hot Toys realm, I just blew everything else off. And I realized that things like pop and other designer toys are not only more desirable, they're a lot more rare. Yeah, I know you're saying pops, really? Pops are all over the place. That's true. Pops are all over the place, and it is a huge fad right now. But other designer toys I'm going to get into. I'm not going to say what, but I want to get into other designer toys as well. I have gotten rid of a lot of Ron English stuff, which I'm not going to say I regret it. Sometimes you learn from, you learn and you become a better collector. You become a lot more selective as well. This table right now is packed. My room is basically clean. This table is packed with well over 1,000 or more minifigs. Then I have another 700-800 over here somewhere. I have kept some themed Lego. I actually picked up the Flintstones about 2 weeks ago when I went to Hot Topic in the Mills Mall, and yeah. So I was gonna pick up the Voltron. I could have, because I spent well over $400 anyway and going into a couple of different spots, but I should have gotten that the Voltron, but I'll get him. I'll definitely get him. So yeah, I've been rearranging stuff. Like I kept my my Egyptian Lego stuff for right now. All my Star Wars Lego sets that I have that are loose that I put together. Definitely comic stuff like the SpongeBob stuff, Scooby Doo. Definitely kept my Ghostbusters Ecto 1 with the 4 figs. And I kept my oh my god, Back to the Future one with Doc and I'm about to say Doc Holliday, with Doc and Marty. I do have another one that's boxed, but it doesn't have the Marty figure. I gotta go downstairs and see if I do have a box. Well, it doesn't matter anyway. I kept that. I kept the Scooby Doo themed stuff. I kept my Indiana Jones set, which is basically a German Jeep, German truck, chasing Indiana Jones on a horse. Like I said, certain themed stuff I kept, like the Harry Potter stuff, definitely kept. Only thing I kept was really the castle, and I think another piece. No, the castle and the triple decker bus. Some of the other little smaller, intricate 110 or whatever parts, I built it and put them together, and I'm selling that stuff. All my DC and Marvel stuff sold, because it's not really high-end shit. It's like the regular movie side stuff that's just everywhere. Only thing, actually, the DC thing I did keep was the Joker's purple pimped out car that looks like a Cadillac. I kept a boat and a jet because I had an extra jet. I kept both of Two Faces. One is a Jeep and the other one's like a bulldozer. I kept this Batman like cat type shit, and I kept the only headquarters I have. So from Batman, which I like it. It's kind of cool, and that's it. Other than that, I didn't keep no other Marvel things. Actually, Marvel. I did keep the cash truck, like the armored truck with Dr. Ock on the back of it, and Spider-Man. I liked, for some reason, I just liked that little thing, so I kept that. Other than that, I do have some box still sealed Lego stuff, very small, intricate number of stuff, but kept that. And I have to go through these minifigs. And other than that, I've just been, like I got all these Power Rangers. Oh, you guys can't see. Oh, there you go. I got all these Power Ranger things here. Anyway, I'm not gonna really go into those details. There's a good chance I might get. There's a great chance I'll be getting rid of that. You never know. I do have some stuff I have to put up, like not Stranger Things. Anyway, I'll tell you guys that later. We definitely have over 100 pops. Like I got all 4 of the Sour Patches. I love the advertisement stuff. Like if they keep doing advertisement pops, I'll probably be more into those than anything else. Toy Story 4 looks like a good movie, and I do like the characters. So I have, you can say 11, but 10 out of 11 because I have the GameStop Forky, but I don't have the regular non-exclusive Forky. So once I get the non-exclusive Forky, then I will just basically be 4 figures out of the exclusive Toy Story line, Toy Story 4 line. To me, it didn't make no sense to get the regular Toy Story characters unless I get them at a flea market for real cheap. Don't forget you brush your teeth and everything. You got deodorant. All right, we got to hurry up and get out of here because now I'm holding us up. Make sure you put your sneakers and stuff on, and we're gonna grab something to eat before we get on the road. We have to go clean out. I got 7 units, but I'm not cleaning out all 7. I think I'm gonna do, since Queens is the furthest and we're leaving early in the morning, I'm gonna go there, clean out the 2 units. Then from there I'll be heading back to Brooklyn and clean out another unit at one location, and then the other 4 units I'll probably try to clean out after the weekend, so that way I'll have enough money to take care of everything, because I paid a lot of money for a lot of stuff. Sometimes some units just catch your eyes, and sometimes you're like, okay, enough's enough. I'm not gonna really go into those details. I'm not gonna go back, but yeah. So that's basically where we at right now. I have all 4 of the Kiss sets. I have 1 Prince. I have to keep reminding myself that the only Prince that I have is the blue one, because there's a couple times I know I've seen a Prince in a purple outfit, and I couldn't remember if I have the purple or blue. Now I know I have the blue version of Prince, so when I do see the purple one, I'll grab it. I definitely grabbed the Jeffersons, of course, George and Louise Jefferson. I definitely had to get Fred Sanford and Lamont. I was never a real fan of Lamont's character on the show. It's just his character I just didn't like, really. I was more, I always liked Fred Sanford, but and I like the way the Pops interpreted the characteristics of the characters and put them on these little toys. Another thing I did always like about Pop is not only the artwork but the box. Like, you really don't have to take them out the boxes. There's really no reason to take them out the boxes because I think they display better in the box than out. And it's funny because I don't even remember where I got this guy from, but do you know how many times I went to thrift shops and I ran across a lot of these and I let them? I didn't even buy them. Then some of them I did buy because I know I could sell them, and there were some pretty decent ones. Now all of a sudden I'm collecting Pops, but this week I haven't been to no thrift shops because I've been buying units and just whatever. And I'm being very picky with what I buy now. I see shit I want, I'm getting it. When it comes to Pops, I already have my theme. If it's cheap and if it's good and I think it's a good buy, I'll buy it. Other than that, I'm not into all that Fortnite and Dragon Ball. I think Dragon Ball Z is way overpopulated with just way too much stuff. There's so many other companies out there like Fraggle Rock. I may go ahead and get the whole set of that. I do want all 4 of the Garbage Pail Kids. I always come across 2 or 3, and the boxes are always some semi-damaged. Ghostbusters. I mean, it's. I got a lot. I got a decent amount for a guy who's been collecting for just almost under a month. I got the Kool-Aid Man. Kool-Aid Man and Gabby Gabby, I think I paid too much for them. I paid $15 each for them. Kool-Aid Man just because I didn't think I would find him anywhere, and I did wind up seeing him in a FYE. So the guy I deal with, I think I overpaid for him. Gabby Gabby, he overcharged me for, because once I got that on Sunday, I seen her at least in 3 stores on, I think, Monday or Tuesday I went. So I was a little upset with myself for that, because I could have saved $5. And now he charges tax. So I'm going to stop dealing with him, even though, I mean, he's a cool guy, and he does have like a store at Columbus, flea market. But I'm going to stop dealing with him, because it's like, the thing that I liked was the fact that he didn't charge tax. So it's like, why am I paying you tax when I can just get stuff elsewhere? And depending on what it is, I may save money. But anyway, gotta go. You guys and girls out there, take it easy. This video is way longer than it should have been. Peace.